Hi, I'm Dr. Debra Muth, and I want to talk to you today about finding your passion again. 2020 has been an incredible ride for all of us. And during this time, it's made us look back at who we are, what's important to us, and what do we want our lives to look like going forward in the future. So, when I talk about passion today, I want to talk about a couple of different things in the realm of passion. First and foremost, I want to talk about passion within you. How do you reignite the passion, your sensuality, your femininity? And then how does that pour over into the rest of our lives, into our career, into our relationships with others, into our relationship with ourselves? So many of us that have gotten to the age that I'm at have at one point or another in a relationship lost the passion, lost the excitement, lost the uniqueness, the newness, and plain out, let's be honest, we just got bored a little bit. Well, getting bored in a relationship happens to, I would say, all of us at one point or another. Sometimes life just gets too doggone busy for us. We have too many responsibilities, too many people depending on us. We have work, we have kids, we have family, and our relationship takes a back seat to all of that. And when that happens, we lose the time that allows us to connect to one another, to make one another important, and to spend that time with each other the way we did when the relationship was new, when we had to learn everything about that person that we're in a relationship with, when we wanted to know everything about that person that we're with. But as relationships mature, we know everything, or so we think we know everything about that person. But there's things that change within each of us on a regular basis. And unless we're communicating with one another about these changes, we may assume that we know about each other when we really don't anymore. And it's okay for us to want different things. And it's okay for us to tell our partners that things are different now. I want something different. I want something new. I don't feel the same way that I did 10 years ago about a particular topic. And it's okay for us to want to reignite or rekindle that flame that we once had. But how do we exactly do that? It can be complicated sometimes because, again, we have responsibilities. We have kids running around all over the place, or we're taking care of our aging parents, or we're running businesses or careers that are consuming all of our time. And at different phases in our lives, those things change and they're different. And what I find easily happening to people is once one of those demands on us is gone, we will replace that with another demand. We will replace that with something else that keeps our time busy. And when we do that, we then no longer have that time to spend with our partner. And that creates a lot of turmoil for us. So when we're trying to find our passion and our sensuality again, we need to rekindle the flame. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how partners and relationships can find that passion again. Because when you find the passion again, your sexual desire increases. And when sexual desire increases and actual intimacy increases, that pours over into our other areas of life, into our work life, into our career. And it shows up a little differently for men and women, But nonetheless, it shows up in a positive for both men and women. So in my success program, I teach people how to rekindle their flame again and how to drive that passion again. One of the ways that's easy to do it is because we have so much technology today. Back in the day when I was dating my husband 30 years ago, the only way I could communicate with him during the day was to pick up the phone and call him. And we all know what that does to our work environment. It's not acceptable, right? But today we have text message and we have email and we have video chat, and you can create a video just like this and send a snapshot to him of it or her. So there's lots of different ways that we can communicate with our lovers during the day. And it's as simple as thinking about them. If we think about them and we think about intimacy or sex, we're going to start to get motivation and drive for it again. Now, I know some of you are going to say, but I have to do everything all the time. Why does it always have to be me? Trust me when I tell you this. If you start it, your partner will come along. And in my success program, I give you a his and hers menu so that each of you can choose things from the menu to do that excite one another. So it's not all landing on one person in that relationship to reignite the passion and the fun that you once had. So let's get your phone out and send a beautiful text message to your lover. Let them know you love them. Let them know what you love about them. It doesn't have to be physical. It could be something as much as, I love the way that you're always there for me. Or I love the way you cook dinner for me. Or you know what? I love the way you look in that little dress or those nice jeans that you have. Or I love it when I see you with our children. It can be something as simple as that. Now, in an email, you can be a little racier. You have more characters that you can put in the email. You can be more specific about what it is that you want from that person. You can even leave little love notes behind when you leave for work in the morning, or put it in their car, or if they still take a lunch, put it in their lunch, or if they have a briefcase, stick a little note in their briefcase where you know they're going to find it. All of these things make us feel wonderful. We know we feel this way about one another. We just forget to tell each other how we feel. We assume that they know. And why should we have to tell them? Because they know. Well, that may be the case, but I know my partner loves me. I know my partner thinks I'm beautiful. But it doesn't mean that I don't want to hear it. I still want to hear it. I still want to know that they feel that way about me, just like your partner wants to know you feel that way about them. So that's just a small tip to get things going to reignite the passion. Now, the other tips that I have can be a little more racy, but they don't all have to be. Do you remember date nights? Date night was wonderful back when we were younger. We would get all dressed up and make sure our makeup and our hair was good, and our partners would get dressed up and they'd put on this favorite cologne and they got ready for us. But today, most of us are like, oh, I'm so glad I can get home and I can take off my clothes and put on my jeans and my nice sweater and I can get my makeup off. And our men are the same way. They don't want to do that so much for us anymore because we feel like we don't have to once the relationship has matured to a certain point. But honestly, we still need to do that, not just for the other person, but for us too. So preparing for date night starts to get our passion going, starts to get our excitement going. Now, If you've been in a relationship a very long time, your intimacy can get very boring. It's easy for us to say, I know exactly what he or she is going to do at the exact time, every time. Nothing is new, nothing is different. Well, guess what, people? We have to work at creating something different. We have to work at creating an atmosphere that we want to have. And it's not all on one person. It takes both of us to do this. But create an atmosphere. If you can't afford to sneak off someplace, create the atmosphere in your bedroom that you want. It's not that expensive to do, and it can be fun and it can be exciting to do that. Make sure you take time for one another to reignite that passion. Give each other a nice massage. Spend time just holding hands and talking about things that have nothing to do with the kids, the household, or anything that brings you stress. Talk about your dreams. Talk about your aspirations. Talk about where you want to take your next vacation. Talk about things that don't induce stress. And then explore each other again like you did when your relationship was new. These are all things that are going to create passion for you. Now, I can tell you, when men reignite their passion and they're intimate and sensual, that actually drives them to want to do other things for us. Even though I know as ladies, we probably think that that's not the case, but it is. They want to do more things for us. And ladies, as you increase your passion for your partner, you ignite a passion inside of you that can extend out to the world. And more than ever right now, we need that feminine energy and that feminine passion out into the world that's going to create peace and love and really drive our country and our environment and our world to a better place. Passionate women create passion in their careers. They create passion in everything that they do. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing, that if I give all my passion to my partner in the bedroom or in our relationship, there's no passion left for my business. That is wrong. When you have passion in your relationship and sensuality and intimacy, you have more passion and drive in your business. You actually accomplish more. You get things done more efficiently. And guess what? You treat people in those businesses differently. You're kinder, you're softer, and they then in turn do more work for you. If you have passion in your personal life, the passion that spills over into your business life allows you to look at delegating tasks and duties that are not necessary for you to do. And I'm not going to say they're beneath you, because they're not beneath you, but they're not the best use of your time. You should be spending your time on things that are high level key services that only you can do, that bring you, your business, your career, the money that you need and want. And all the other tasks can be delegated to someone else, freeing you up more time and more energy to create new, exciting things that you're passionate about, that you love to do. So do you see how the connection comes between passion in our relationships and passion in our businesses and in our careers? They're definitely linked. I can tell you, after working with women for 25 years, that if someone doesn't have passion in their personal life, in their relationship, their businesses tend to suffer. They're not as passionate about that business structure anymore or about their career. They are definitely interconnected. So what if you're somebody who, during the midst of all this craziness of the pandemic of 2020, you've lost your passion and you don't know quite how to get this passion back yet. You're not sure what's bringing you excitement or joy. Well, I would encourage you to sit down with a journal and start to write. Start to document what brings you happiness. What gets you excited about the day? Where do you find yourself spending all your time or all your energy? Or where do you find yourself dreaming about things? Are you dreaming about having a life that's free, that you can travel the world and you can help others in some way? That's a great place to start. Looking at different services that you can provide that are going to make someone else's life better. Are you dreaming of starting your own business, but you're not quite sure how, or not quite sure you're going to have all the energy that you need to do that? It's a great place to find your passion. Do you know that you have a solution to a problem for someone else? And you've helped other people with this problem before. And you get excited to help somebody. You get excited to see them get success from what you're sharing. You think about it. You want to reach out to people. These are places that you can find your passion once again. Are you passionate about caring for children or helping our children learn? Today's learning is so challenging for the children and for the parents. Online learning, homeschooling, it's not for everybody. We don't all make great teachers. Do you have a solution to some of these parents and these kids to make this homeschooling, to make this learning easier and better? Is your passion just to help the kids have a better experience having to learn virtually? You see, there are so many passions within us. They're just waiting to ignite. They're just waiting for you to free them up and bring them to the universe. We need your passions more than ever. You need your passion more than ever. I really want to encourage you to find that passion, to find that piece of you. Because when it comes out, it is going to be amazing. And you are going to feel wonderful. Are you finding that your mind is cluttered and you can't clear it to even hear yourself tell you what you love anymore? I understand that feeling too. I have been so overwhelmed in my mind at times, so cluttered with things that I need to get done or my to-do list, that I don't allow myself that opportunity to freely dream and to open up to the universe or to open up to my heart and hear what I want. So here's a few tips on how to declutter your mind enough that you can quiet it down and you can hear what your heart and soul are trying to tell you to do. Get out in nature. Take a walk. Take a run. Sit in a park. If you have the luxury of this time of the year being warm and you can sit by water, that is always a great place to dream and let your mind just drift away and be free of the clutter, be free of the problems of today. If you're like me and you live in the north and the weather is starting to get cool and the leaves are starting to die off the trees and everything is starting to look bare, don't worry. That's another great time to just sit by a window, let the sun come in on you, and look outside. That bareness that's there, that is your bare slate. That is your opportunity to redesign your life. It's a new start. And you have this whole winter season to create everything that you want. So when spring emerges and we're ready to rebirth ourselves along with our environment, you're ready to reignite that passion and deliver something amazing. I know all of you have it in you to reignite that passion and to find the passion within you that is going to make you fulfilled and happy again. Now let's talk for just a moment about the physical side of passion. Did you know that when you're doing things that you love to do, it reduces your anxiety? It actually reduces your blood pressure. It decreases your stress and can uplift different chemicals in our body called neurotransmitters that make us feel amazing, that flood our body with serotonin and dopamine, all of these things that hit our pleasure center in our brain that make us feel wonderful. So let's talk back to the moment of pleasure and sensuality. Because in order for us to have all of these amazing chemicals in our body, we have to physically be stimulated. It's important for us to be stimulated in a way that we can send these chemicals to our brain so that we're flooding them with dopamine and serotonin, which will lift our moods and make us feel amazing. That's why orgasm is so great, because it takes us away for a moment and floods our body with hormones and chemicals that take us away. Don't be afraid of orgasm, and don't be afraid of sensuality that makes you feel good. Now, if you're struggling with reaching orgasm, it is a very common issue. And as women age and we get further into menopause, it becomes more difficult for many of us to reach orgasm. And yes, I know it feels like work sometimes to reach that orgasmic place. But don't let it feel like work. Let it feel like something amazing. Let it feel like something wonderful. That's what it's all about. If you do all of that and you still struggle with reaching orgasm, I want you to reach out to your local compounding pharmacy and find a practitioner who prescribes at their facility either bioidentical hormones like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, or things like oxytocin and hyaluronic acid. These are things that can help intercourse be more comfortable for you as you age, and they can help you reach orgasm more quickly and easily. I want you to explore how sensuality and intimacy can be amazing in the second half of your life. It doesn't have to go away. It doesn't have to be routine. It doesn't have to be boring. It can ignite you. And as it ignites you physically, it's going to ignite you mentally, emotionally, and in your business world. Since I've reconnected with my feminine side and became a more passionate woman in my relationship, it has created so many opportunities for me in my business world. I have connected with some of the most amazing people that have driven my business, given me intellectual opportunities that I would have never had. It's given me the opportunity to teach women in a way that I've never had before. It's given me an opportunity to find me as a woman again, and for me to feel good about who I am as a mature woman, as an aging woman, I'm telling all of you that your passion in the bedroom or in the boardroom does not have to change as we get older. It can be there again. You might need to take a little break from it from time to time, and you might need to sit and find it again from time to time when it gets lost. But it's never lost forever. It's only hidden for a short period of time. Please, as I urge all of you right now, find your passion in the world. Find your passion in your heart and deliver it to the universe, because it is so necessary. Our children need it. Our moms need it. Our business women need it. Our businessmen, our husbands, they all need that feminine energy, that feminine passion that you bring to the world. My last tip for you on passion is all about you. This is where you get the opportunity to be selfish. When you're looking for your passion, it's your passion. It's not what other people tell you you should do. It's not what other people think you should do. It's what you know in your heart is for you. Now, that being said, if you're lost in your passion and you just can't see through the forest, you can ask someone to reflect for you. What do you think I'm good at? What do you see me doing that brings me joy and happiness? Because maybe you can't see it. That is perfectly fine to go to people that you trust and that you respect and ask them for that input. Ask them to tell you all the wonderful things about you, because that is where you're going to find some of those lost passions. That is where you're going to find the commitment. That is where you're going to find the energy and the drive to move that passion forward. Trust me when I say we all get derailed. We all get scared. And we all get nervous about bringing our passion to the world at some point. We all think at some point that maybe we don't have it in us to do this. That's normal. That's okay. And that's when we need to reach out to others to hear the truth about what our passion is, to hear the truth about who we are and what we're supposed to be doing. It is, like I said, an amazing time. Finding your passion is by far the most amazing ride you will take in your life. If you've forgotten what passion is like, I want to urge you to think back to a new relationship that you had at some point in your life. Let your mind just drift. Let your mind think about what that time was like. How excited did you get to see that person? How excited did you get to talk to that person? How much fun did you have getting ready for dinner with that person? How much fun did you have just being with that person, holding their hand, stroking their hair, looking into their eyes and getting to know them? How much fun did you have when you started your career, when you graduated from college with that degree and you were going to go out and conquer the world with it? How much excitement did you have getting that first job? How much excitement did you have landing your first contract or your first client? Those are where your passion lies. Those are the things that are going to drive you, that are going to reignite you. Those are the things that are going to bring your heart up and full of light again. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to meditate. Don't be afraid to ask for help from someone in finding your passion. And whatever you do, don't be afraid to dream, and dream big, because you're worth it. As a woman reigniting her passion, I want to ask each and every one of you to ignite your passion, to find that part of you within the solar plexus of your body, within your pelvic region if you're a woman or a man. That is where our passion lies. Reconnect to that root chakra. Reconnect with the ground of the earth. Bring that up into your body and bring it out to the world where it is so needed and it is ready for you to shine. I hope that you all find your passion. I hope that you reignite your femininity. And I would love to hear from any of you about what you're doing and how you're getting there. Just private message me and share with me what your passion is. I would so love to hear what you're doing. I wish you all the best. And again, explore the ride of passion. Ride it out and love it. Thank you.